Okay, we just read in this last time this file statistician's text, and we set strings as factor to false. So then we did the class on this file. I'm sorry, on this one column of it, and it was character. Okay, now one other thing is sometimes uh, your data will be missing some element, like maybe, for example, here maybe this number isn't actually in there. It's a blank. Or this number is not there. Not a blank, but it's missing. So if it's missing, you should have some symbol there to indicate that it's just missing. But it's and sometimes certain programs will have like a dot there to indicate that it's missing, just a period. And different files can do it in different ways. So if you want to, and that means that it's a not available. So if you want to, let's try this. So suppose I go back to the file and I put a dot here, so it's missing, or just as a dot. And then I go back to here, and I type in this. Well, if I type in this, like we had before, and then if I read it out, or if I print it out, looks like that. It just prints out the dot like that was actually the data. But if that's supposed to be that it's not available, I should type something like this to tell R that when it sees a dot, that means that it's not available. Okay, so that's this argument should look like this. Now if I read it in and print it out like this, it says, oh, that one was not available. Okay, let's change our file back to this one. But now I have this, 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 and this. And this can sometimes, this is, these are just the headers there, right? Sometimes this is referred to as metadata because it's data about the data. Okay, so it's could be called metadata. Now, let's, what should I do? Maybe I'll take this and make it the original file. So save it. Now it's not going to work here, right? Unless I hit enter. Let's do that. Okay. Now let's go back and try and load it. But now I need to say, since there are now headers there, I need to say that there are headers. So I just have to give header as true as one of the parameters. So let's try that. Let's try it this way. I don't think it matters. Shouldn't matter which order I write these parameters in. Like, I can put the header as true here, or I could put it as the second argument, and enter. And then if I print it, it looks like that. Okay? And these are not treated as data. These are the headers instead. So now if I do stat3, stat p v3, like I did $, sorry, v3, like I did before, it doesn't do that anymore because it has headers there. So it hasn't renamed the headers as v1, v2, v3 before. So this is null now, it's empty. Okay? However, if I do this, let's see if that works. Right. Okay? So that's this column treated as a vector here. I wonder if we can do this just for fun. Let's try this. That. You can use the equal sign, by the way, instead of this thing. But let's just try this. I'm just curious what will happen if I do. What do you think will happen there? I think it's treating this as well, we already saw, I mean, it's treating it as a vector. I think it's going to change the original, it's going to change stat p as well. Let's just see what happens. See if it does that. Now let's print out stat, this one. Should be incremented by 100, right? Right. But what I want to know is, what about not stat p $born, but just stat p? So is that changed also? Yes. Okay, so you can do that. Now, that has nothing to do with the headers, but, well, it has something to do with the headers. Okay, one more thing, kind of metadata type thing that you can do is you can add in comments. And let's see what happens now. Does it complain? Does it do anything else? Okay, it didn't complain. And how about when we print it out? Okay, so it just ignores the comments. So the comments are in the file, but it's not in the, it's not read into this variable.